So I thought we would just have a pretty fun video here and just have a bit of a laugh at the woke ideologues just having absolute meltdowns over Trump winning. So let's begin.
Stop. Stop.
Damn. Well.
See, that's why I'm recording. Because the cops ain't gonna believe this shit.
And just notice, it's very cult-like behaviour. You're seeing individuals that have been infantilized by this ideology. They're in a state of arrested development, both emotionally and mentally. And essentially, they've been turned into low-information voters. And all they're going on is hysteria and fever dreams of The Handmaid's Tale, and of course violence once they realise that they are a minority of a minority. They are completely invalid politically, socially. They can't process it, they can't compute it, so they go into meltdown mode. And the salt must flow, you know?
You voted for Donald Trump. I will never not know that about you. And that's something we'll both have to live with.
Again, they feel as though their position is the assumed moral high ground. Of course, that's false, right? But it's assumed. They've assumed moral superiority, so if you contradict them, or even if you don't conform to them 100%, then of course you must be evil. Because they view all of this through the lens of morality. They believe that they are a good person, and anyone who doesn't agree with their path to become a good person is completely evil.
I will be leaving the country and my dad will be staying blocked after this election. See you never. Fuck this.
So there you go. If you don't conform fully to my new religious mode of thinking, then I will ostracize you and I will show cult levels of intolerance against you. So there you go. It's all about power. It's about power with these individuals. They want this to become popular because they ultimately have a deep-seated internalized hatred for the country in which they inhabit, and they want to see it torn down. And they're unhappy when they realise that country is not being torn down. There's a resistance against the decay. But as well, the age of Hollywood is over. That is what this election has proven as well. The woke ideology now it really has very little in the way of influence or pathways of influence in people, because there's no cultural authority. That's what this election really was about. The cultural authority of the woke ideology being totally gutted, being eviscerated. I mean, it's a non-entity now, ultimately. And this is what these people are raging against.
Oh, pray great. Like we're just gonna wake up tomorrow morning and everything's gonna go back to the way it'll be a psych. It'll be like a really bad dream and none of this will have ever happened, right? Like it'll be like the first time and then we're all gonna pull through fine in 4 years. Correct? Please? Someone tell me? I can tell you one thing right now, marriage is the farthest thing from on the table currently. So they screwed the pooch on that one if they thought that any of this was going to actually help with the whole family and kids department and lowering birth rates, because that, not even. Any semblance of thoughts I had or hope for that is completely going to be a no thanks for me, love. Do you think I would ever even dare bring a child into this country now? It was rough before. Now? No. That's cute. And the men, don't even get me started about dating. To think I was still entertaining a few moderates here and there sometimes. No, honey, no. Not even close. That's never goodbye.
Notice she stated moderates. Now, I assume that she's speaking to political moderates. So she's implying that she is a political extremist. She's on the extreme of a spectrum, right? A political spectrum. Notice as well the emotional incontinence. that she just put on full display there. The juvenile attitudes to people who disagree with you. I mean, ultimately, that's the type of person you're dealing with whenever you're engaging with a woke ideologue. And what we're going to see here in this clip is, because the election was lost, we have to just destroy all of humanity and we have to turn into monstrous misanthropes. So yeah, you'll enjoy this one.
And some of y'all are gonna get real mad at me, but honestly, at this point, I really just don't care. I genuinely hope an asteroid hits the United States of America. I have given up on humanity in this country. I think it'd be better if, honestly, we were just all gone. I think we should just have another, like, mass extinction. I think that would really solve everybody's problems. Because I just kind of am done. I don't think some people just can't come back from this, bro.
She's wearing a t-shirt depicting the Democratic Party there, as you can see. But again, notice the low information and low impulse control that these individuals exhibit. That is because all cults ultimately desire self-righteous fanatics. They desire that archetype to be inculcated within their membership, because these individuals are easier to control. And as well, it's easier to prey upon the base or lowest common denominator aspects of their psyche. The first one being that self-love, the inflation of one's own ego, and ultimately what comes down to narcissism. In narcissists, it's not necessarily that they care about the love of themselves. It's a predatory disorder, it's a predatory behavioural pattern, because they want everyone to love them. So they manipulate, and like what we're seeing here, if they don't get that validation from other people, then they act out in weird and wonderful ways, should we say, right? So these people are ultimately dangerous. Make no qualms about it, and the further we go on in these clips, you're going to see that the fake composure, that the mask of humanitarianism, the disguise of pious morality that they wear, it eventually falls away, because they can no longer regulate that disguise. They can no longer maintain it, and the true hatred and violence that's deep rooted within their hearts comes out. The demon manifests, so to say. This is one of these examples, by the way. She's literally talking about, we lost the election, so I hope all of humanity dies. That really tells you exactly what these people are. And as I stated in my video, the Gnostic explanation of woke, what you're dealing with here is the rejection. It is the shadow. It is the unintegrated aspects of American society. It's the rejected aspects of American society. It's those aspects that believe that everyone else is their oppressor, right? If you're not as messed up as them, you're an oppressor of them. It's a very weird way of thinking. It's actually a very self-destructive way of thinking, as you're seeing, right?
I think we just need to start over. Just wipe it out, start over. That's how God would do it. That's how God would do it, just saying.
Me and my family are leaving. Just talked to my mom about it. We're leaving. We're seeking an asylum somewhere else. But I just want to say this. In the states where the votes mattered the most, 69% of white women in Pennsylvania voted for Donald Trump. And then I believe it was like 67 or 68% of white women voted for Donald Trump in like Michigan. And all the other swing states where it really mattered, white women came in, turned up for Donald Trump. Black people, hear me and hear me well. This is not going to work out for us. It's not. I'm leaving. I'm not staying for the Handmaid's Tale. I'm not. And not only that, our rights are gone as we know it. So Donald Trump literally said he wanted to take it back to a time specifically where black people's votes didn't matter. They even try to take that shit to the Supreme Court and try to get Kamala removed from the race. Oh, well, Kamala, you know, she should have helped me with my child support. Well, you know, hey, she didn't win. Congratulations on that part. But you do understand that with no abortion rights...
With no abortion rights, we can't be hoes. That's what she was meaning to say there. But of course she did not want to let the cat out of the bag on that. Because then you would realise it's not necessarily a right.
You about to be the pappy. So, you know what? If this is what y'all wanted, I'm happy for you, America. I'm happy that y'all got the results that y'all wanted since he won the way that he won. I'm happy y'all got what y'all wanted, but I am leaving. You know what they say, if you don't like it, you can leave. And baby, you ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me.
I was just walking down the street to go get my medication because I'm out and I need it for today.
She's going to recount a fake story. A completely emotionalised, emotionally incontinent, as fake as Kamala's cackle type of story. But notice what she's done to her hair. Notice what she's done to herself. Right? She's in a completely this is a broken individual. This is a victim of woke ideology. Because they see beauty as a standard of order, they have to do everything that is opposite of that measure or standard of order. So they have to be ugly. They have to uglify everything. Everything must become as ugly as possible because, again, the only way to destroy the oppressor, to claim power, to claim victory, to watch the country and the West and perhaps even the world burn because these individuals archetypally, psychically, or psychospiritually are rejected or shadow aspects, unintegrated aspects of the greater civilization, of the greater nation. The only thing that they desire and will ever desire is the complete and utter expunging of the nation, of the civilization, of any semblance of sacredness, of order, of tradition, to expunge it from existence, to eviscerate it. They are walking externalizations of their own internalized, bigoted and hateful ideology. Minorities of minorities. They've attempted to hijack minorities for power. But I mean, ultimately it's for taking down the nation. These individuals who belong to this cult, who have been completely inculcated with the ideology of this cult, are far more dangerous than anything you could imagine. As Marcus Tullius Cicero stated, a nation can survive its fools and even the ambitious, but it cannot survive treason from within. An enemy at the gates is less formidable, for he is known and carries his banner openly, but the traitor moves amongst those within the gate freely, his sly whispers rustling through all the alleys, heard in the very halls of government itself.
And I saw a woman walking her 2 kids, and she had this look on her face. And I looked at her, we made eye contact, and we both kind of nodded. Like we were both just devastated. And you could just tell in her eyes. I can't believe this country did this again. Why did I let myself have hope?
Well, the salt must flow, but as you can see there, she is completely taken over by the woke prions, the brainworms. And the brain rot has set in.
My best friend of 14 years. Literally half of my life. I'm 28. And I asked them who they voted for. They said Donald Trump. And they said, I'm assuming you voted the opposite. And I said, yes. And then my friend texted me and said, will you still be my friend?
So she's open-minded, her friend, but she's not. The tears are actually...
half of my life.
Oh wait, here we go.
This person is my best friend.
The friendship is conditional on conforming to her ideals. Any misstep at all, any divergence is met with complete termination of the friendship, which of course it wasn't a friendship to begin with, of course, right? So what you're dealing with is a level of intolerance that is indicative of a cult. And furthermore too, do you notice in a lot of these, right? Hence the salt must flow. It's not that they're just crying. It's like they're in deep mourning, that the ideology died that day. It was invalidated by the majority, the overwhelming majority of the nation, because the great woke beast that was going to attempt to devour America was defanged and declawed.
It is not over for Kamala. And all of you celebrating a Trump victory before the votes are even fully counted, may I remind you that a lot can change at the last minute. And even if we do fail to win the presidency for Kamala, after all the work I've done for white dudes for Kamala over the last few months, we will return in 2028. Kamala 2028 will be the greatest political comeback the world has ever seen. Not just America, but the world. And I firmly believe that Kamala is still the best person in the whole of the United States to be the president of this country. And if we band together now, if we pull back some of those white dudes who went for Trump this time, by growing the White Dudes for Harris campaign, we can make a permanent change. We can put the MAGA crowd away once and for all. And I'm dispirited. I am dispirited by what has happened, but we can't just give up. We can't just stop now. It's so close. It was so close. There's just so much hate in this country. So much hate and misinformation from Elon. And we've got to fight back. We've got to fight back. Kamala 2028. We're coming back.
2 already. I have lost 2 friends today because of this election. Not because we had a difference of opinion, but because they're dead.
No, I don't think y'all get it. I just woke up and I found out that the big motherfucking orange stupid Oompa Loompa motherfucking ass is back in office. I broke up with my boyfriend last night because he told me he regrets meeting me because I spoke about how I should have my rights. And then
The right to be a hoe without repercussions.
I have to go plan a Disney trip. Should be fun, should be graceful. No!
A Disney trip. So again, we have this idea of the perpetual adolescent.
Oh, wrong. My family has been in a war for the past 2 weeks with each other. We're not on good terms. None of us are happy. Okay? And let alone, I have to sit for the next hour with my sister and her toxic ass motherfucking boyfriend. You think I'm doing okay? You really think I'm doing okay? Oh, and I'm hungover. Let's just get that into the fucking playbook. Why not? What else can go wrong? Give it to me, motherfucking world.
That is a complete and utter train wreck. Her boyfriend dodged a bullet.
I feel absolutely so betrayed by my country right now. And it's so frustrating. I don't even know what to say right now. We tried, okay, to everyone from other countries that are saying America failed. We tried. The system is inherently flawed, and we tried. And to anybody who follows me on TikTok, if you are happy about the results of the election, unfollow me right now. Get off my page. Do not talk to me. I don't care if I've known you for years. I do not want to talk to you ever again. The fact that you would...
There's the intolerance again.
Purposefully vote for somebody who wants to take away my rights as a woman. Don't ever talk to me again.
The right to be a whole without repercussions. Great.
Question. So does anybody know how to find or hire a hitman or woman? Because we don't want to be sexist. So, but I think we could pull this off collectively. If you want to chip in, DM.
There you go. There's the violence deep in their heart. The hatred that has become ingrained in them. They can't help themselves. They just really can't help themselves. And they're so out of touch. The more that they become emotionally incontinent like this, the more that they become hysterical and hyperbolic, the more they simply just push the political pendulum to the right, to the conservative.
Forgive me for being a little emotional here, but what the fuck is going on? People in the future are gonna look back at this time and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened? Because we were progressing. When Obama got elected, I really feel like we were progressing. We were going in the right motherfucking direction. But then Trump comes in and he gives a voice to the voiceless. He gives a voice to the criminals, to the racists, to the white motherfuckers who want to be back on top. I don't want to touch another man with a 10-foot motherfucking pole. Ladies, where are we going? 4B movement for real. Fuck men. Fuck all of you. And fuck you ugly dumb bitches who voted for him too. You guys are a piece of shit. You guys have internalized fucking misogyny and you're dumb. You're stupid. Oh, and all the climate change shit going out the motherfucking window because it's a hoax. Bro, we're cooked. We're cooked. This is our last motherfucking year on this goddamn planet. And to be able to appoint 3 more fucking Supreme Court justices or whatever the fuck he's able to get more motherfuckers that believe the same beliefs that he believes into office. And I guess that's what you guys want. That's what you guys want. You guys want to be radical Christians. You guys are Jesus Christ, right?
Crazy cat lady, as you can see.
I'm not joking when I say I mean this in the most disrespectful, mean way I can even say it. But if you voted for Donald Trump, then you don't deserve any part of my life. You don't deserve to be part of my...
The narcissism. You don't deserve to be part of my life. We don't want to be part of your life.
Children's life, my husband's life, my extended family's life, none of it. You don't get any of it. You have directly infringed upon the rights of people that I love, people that I care about. You know, you have infringed upon the rights of people that I don't even know. And this election has really...
So because someone exercised their right to vote for the presidential candidate they believe would represent them best, because they didn't vote in a way that aligned with your ideology, that they somehow have committed a great evil and they've denied rights to others based upon this. Totally insane.
Shown that American values do not align with my values as a person, as a human, as a social worker, as you know, someone who actually cares about other people. So, you know, if you...
There you go, it's all about morality. She cares about other people, but of course, implying that the rest of the country don't, because they don't agree with her wholeheartedly, because they don't conform to her narrow way of viewing the world. I mean, the narcissism of this is absolutely insane. And narcissism itself is not just about self-love. It's ultimately a predator behavior because they desire the love of others. They desire the validation of others. They manipulate people to get that validation. And of course, if in this instance, as we've seen on a national basis, because their ideology and their narrow way of thinking, woke, has been essentially rebuked en masse, they are going into a psychosis. Because, again, if the narcissist doesn't get that validation, that love from others, even if it's just merely feigned, they can't compute.
Find yourself as you were one that voted for, you know, the Republican Party. No, thank you.
What is wrong with you? I can't do this anymore. I'm literally sick. I'm literally sick to my stomach. What has happened to America? What has happened to democracy? What has happened to freedom? I'm done. This is a message to anyone who follows me. If you voted for Trump, unfollow me and block me. If you didn't vote, unfollow me and block me. The fact that it's this close means I've lost all hope in the American people. Like, it should not be this close. Why would anyone vote for this person? He's so evil. He's so demented.
There it is again, evil, morality. They don't even realise they're part of a religion. But you'll notice too that we saw the intolerance just block me, don't talk to me. They're becoming even more entrenched in their ideology. They're not waking up to the fact that they were wrong. What they believed was a total lie. They would rather just simply, further marinate in the ideology and to isolate and close themselves off from the rest of the world. In like a monastery of wokeism, they want to become monastic hermits almost for the ideology. I think it was Mark Twain that stated it's easier to fool people than to convince them they've been fooled. And I mean, this is the quintessential example of that with this entire election and the woke meltdown post-election, post-results, post-Trump win. But you'll notice as well, there's quite a lot of, I think it's called guilt shaming and gaslighting and general emotional manipulation.
Kamala's not perfect. We all know that. We all know that. She is not a convicted felon, rapist, crazy, fascist, dictator, psycho.
I think it's so ironic how liberal women and women who voted for Kamala are saying that for the next 4 years they're not going to sleep with another man. I find it so ironic because at least then you won't need an abortion. It took you Donald Trump to get in office for you to stop being a whore. See, things are already starting to change for the better.
Damn! Oh, shit. Emotional, damn it!
That's not okay. This is not okay. This simply will not do. And this is not okay. And I'm not good with this. This is sick. This is sick. That should not be there. And it's wrong. And you're wrong. And everything is wrong. And this house is not even my house. You just bought it for me and I don't want it.
Like Dragon Age Veilguard, the whole thing writes like a self-parody. All of these various clips, all of the meltdowns, in fact, all of these individuals' lives, they're self-parodies.
The hardest part of all of this is just like thinking about all the men who were just like, the economy, woman in my life. The economy, woman in my life. The economy.
Another NBC News exit poll in Wisconsin suggesting, this is Dasha Burns of NBC News, suggesting that Trump has doubled his black support in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Trump is polling apparently about 20% of the black vote versus 78% for Kamala Harris. 4 years ago, he won 8% of black voters in Wisconsin. I mean, you're 20%. You're looking at identity realignment happening in real time in this election cycle.
Well, that didn't go the way we had hoped. Not at all. Or expected. Yeah, I mean...
Oh my god. That was gold. That was gold.
For him to win the popular vote? Are you kidding me? I did not know our country was that full of racist bastards. Mm-hmm. It's going to be an all-out war on the LGBTQ+, on women, on people of any color other than Blanco or Blanca or whatever. No, they don't care about the Blanca. It's just the Blanco. Yeah, so better go out there and get you a Bible because you're going to be needing that shit now. Oh, no, we, if they follow the Handmaid's Tale, we can't read. Oh, that's right. That is true. I'm too old I can't be a handmaid. I would probably get stuck being a Martha. Actually, no, I'd be on the wall because I'm not going back. I'll be on the wall. I am so very saddened for our country.
Yes.
And what that orange Donnie Two-Scoop baboon ass has done to our country with the division, the open racist, hateful comments, and just giving permission for them to be jackasses and flannel-wearing, mouth-breathing, baboon, mindless assholes. I'm sorry, I'm a little heated.
Yes, yes. So today, I've decided that today I am sad. And tomorrow I am going to find how do we stop him from doing the things that the Heritage Foundation wants to do.
I know a way to stop him.
Here we go.
But you're going to have to get both of them. Just saying. Quietly under my breath.
They can't help themselves. They're becoming... The mask has dropped. They become violent. I mean, look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. That's a person that is hate-filled. Violence. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. If they can't get their way by emotional manipulation, they'll just engage in violence, which is, of course, a behaviour that's indicative of a member of a cult, a self-righteous fanatic.
Yes. No. It might be a wait-and-see kind of thing for a minute, but I guarantee you there's people that are out there ready to fight.
The whole world is looking at America going, what the fuck? He's made a laughing stock of us, and all you MAGAs, one day you're going to regret what you've done, because it's going to come home to you as well.
Yes.
And fuck you when it does. Drink coffee.
We are fucking over, you fucking dumbass. I hope that you choke on a piece of concrete and literally go to hell. I will see you in fucking hell, you fucking asshole.
Insurgency means I have been mental rest through this attack.